All right, good afternoon. Welcome. Game 2 just about set to get underway. Magnolia Heights will be taking on Central Hinds Academy. Lady Chiefs dropped their first contest of the morning 7-0 to Simpson Academy just about an hour and 20 minutes ago. This is the lineup that Shaker Turner has elected to go with here in game number 4 of the season. It is the same at the top. Yunt, Martin, Coleman, Howell, Ruby, Lane, Black, Walton, and Lowry. So it's actually the same 1 through 9 as has been through these first few ball games. Central Hinds is sending Kaylee Moore to the mound. She will be wearing number 99. Moore is a right-hander. And we are just about set to get underway here in this contest. Again, Jake Long here with you today. Giving Mark and Brad another afternoon to kind of relax and watch before they take over on Monday. First pitch to Yunt was a ball. And this one's popped up foul out of play. We're even at 1-1. Chiefs hit a lot of balls hard this morning against Simpson, but did not have anything to show for it in the hit column. And while our friends from MRA are changing their camera out and covering it up from the heat, we're going to shift to our center field camera for just a bit. Yunt fouled that one off as well and is down the count 1-2. She hits this one a rollover grounder to second. And there's one away here in the top of the first. All first innings and first quarters and first halves are sponsored by Bank First. Here's Addie Martin. Called a strike. Looked a little low from my vantage point, but nonetheless called a strike. So 0-1 to Martin. This one is low, and we're even at 1-1. That one's up out in the zone, 2-1. Bouncer to third, thrown over in time. So once again, 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first. Same as this morning. So here's Brown and Coleman. Coleman will be at third base this game. Takes a called strike. Chloe McGee will be drawing the start in the circle, but talking to Coach Turner between games. We'll continue to use a lot of arms, trying to keep everyone rested. Coleman pops this one up to left. Left fielder's over there and catches it just a couple of steps inside the line, and that'll do it for the Chief half of the first inning. We'll be right back with the home half in just a moment. Welcome back, Lady Chief Softball here on Chief TV. As we mentioned, Chloe McGee drawing the start in the circle here in game number 2. Outfield is a little different here in this one, as Emerson Yunt will move to second base, and the outfield will go like this: Lane, Howell, Lowry from left to right and center, and it is Coleman, Martin, Yunt, and Ruby on the infield from third to first. Speaking of Yunt, chance to make a play here early. Underhand throw is not in time. I thought he got her by a full step, but it's an infield single to start. And catching here in game number 2 is Cassie Black. She started the game yesterday behind the plate and called this morning. Coleman with the backhand. And they're calling it a foul ball. Again, we're sitting in straightaway center field, so did not see as quickly as I should if it was fair or foul. So the count is 0-1. And that one misses up, gets away from Black, throw down. Martin blocks it up. Count evens up at 1-1. Unable to check her swing. Count will move to 1-2. Can hear that breeze starting to blow. It's been pretty windy here all day. Swing and a miss. They're going to throw behind, and they just miss getting a second out there. Nice heads up play there by Black. And McGee picks up the first out of this game via the strikeout. Bouncer to second. Yunt chance to atone for the other one. She does. Another throw over behind the runner at third. So the Lady Chiefs not afraid to toss the ball around here in this one. Runner does advance to third. So there's two away with runner at third. McGee trying to get out of a jam here. That one misses up. Ball 1. Chloe thrown a couple of innings yesterday and one and a third this morning. Drawing the start here this afternoon. Strike on the inside. No, he called it a ball. Sorry. Really good looking pitch. 2-0. In the dirt, it's 3-0. And it's a 4-pitch walk with 2 away. They'll be at the corners. And we have a courtesy runner enter this game. Once again, our time limit. Finish the hitter. Able to get 3.5 in this morning, which has been pretty much what we've been noticed in the game before us and the game between here. About 3.5 to 4.5 is all anyone's gotten in. That one's inside, 2-0. Bouncer to second. Yunt throws over in time. And the Lady Chiefs are able to escape with no runners crossing the plate. And we'll move to the top of the second in just a moment. All right, top of the second inning. And Lauren Howell going to lead it off. Lady Chiefs looking for the first hit of the day. But they've hit a lot of balls hard through 5 trips to the plate. See if Anna Lauren can't start something here. On top of the second. Bouncer to first. She's going to field it herself and step on the bag. So 1 up, 1 down. And this will bring up Reese Ruby. Couple of hits yesterday in that doubleheader against West Memphis. Very late call, but a strike nonetheless there. 0-1. And we're even. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Well out of the zone there. It goes to 2-2. Weekly to first. And that pop out's the second out of the inning. So with 2 away, here's Abby Lane. Looks at ball 1. in the dirt, ball 2. This one hit sharply to second, but right at the Lady Cougar second baseman. And the Lady Chiefs have once again gone 3 up, 3 down in an offensive frame. And we will head to the bottom of the second with no score. Bottom second. Here from Goodman. Pitch missed up for a ball. McGee looking down the wristband, get the sign. They got the one they want, but it missed down and in, 2-0. And that one misses up, and it's 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk. And that's how we start the bottom of the second for the Lady Cougars of Central Hinds. And they use the offensive wristband system. Head coach gives the numbers that he wants. And runner caught stealing there. Nice throw down by Cassie Black. There's one away. The pitch was a ball, so it's 1-0. That one's up, 2-0. So 6 consecutive balls to start the bottom of the second from McGee. And make it 7 straight. As Chloe is having a hard time finding the zone here. And that one's up. And it is ball 4. So 8 consecutive balls to start the second. Coleman and Martin go in to have a conversation. Try to calm Chloe down. And there we go. There's a strike. 0-1. Foul ball. 0-2. After struggling the first two hitters, the third hitter of the inning, McGee has down 0-2. And looking for that second out. This one is hit foul. Gets a piece of the netting here at Holmes Community College. That one's up. So it's 1-2. We can get a ground ball here. Well, he gets a swing and a miss for strike number 3. So it's 2 away with a runner at first. In the dirt, runner will try to go, throw down. This time is not in time on a good read. But now the Lady Cougars have put one in scoring position. That one misses up and out, 2-0. Ball gets away from McGee, but nice job backing up by Yunt and Martin. This one almost hits the batter. So the umpire's actually holding up 2-1. Myself and the scoreboard missed a strike call. He's trying to correct the scoreboard, but they're not changing it. And there's ball 3. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that's ball 4. So they'll be at first and second with 2 away. Inside for a ball. Upstairs for a ball. And now 1 pitch away from walking them loaded. And that pitch misses up. Taking all the way, strike 1. And ball 4, and they'll be loaded. And Coach Shaker Turner will come out to the mound, and looks like he's going to make the pitching change and go with Coleman here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Mackenzie Walton, who was already in the lineup offensively, will come onto the field and move to first base, and that means Reese Ruby will go to third. So we're going to step aside as Brianna takes her warm-up pitches. When we come back, they will be loaded with 2 away here on the bottom of the second. All right, welcome back. Brianna Coleman is in the circle. Her first pitch is called a ball. And here in the headset there, wind starting to pick up, blow out to right, as you can see there on your screen with the flag. And 2-0. Some serious trouble developing here for the Lady Chiefs. That's in there for a strike. Swinging and a miss, strike 2. And another thing that's developing is a pretty good thunder cell to our south. It's coming straight up I-55. If it does begin to rain, because we are in the elements, we will have to kill the broadcast for a period of time. But maybe it'll be very short. That was a ball. It's 3-1. Sorry, 3-2. And now they're loaded. So the Lady Cougars have taken a 1-0 lead without putting a ball in play, as that's the 4th walk of the inning. That one misses outside, 2-0. No, 1-1, according to the umpire. He's not doing a whole lot with his right hand, so I'm never really sure when he calls a strike, when he calls a ball. Call a ball, 2-1. Swing and a miss. And that was strike 3, so we had missed a strike altogether. But nonetheless, the Lady Chiefs will take it as they'll move to their half of the third. They are now trailing in this ball game by a score of 1-0. We'll be right back. All right, top of the third, Cassie Black leading us off. Black has popped this one up. It will get out of play, and the count will be 1-1 after that. Bouncer to third, the throw in time. And there's one away here in the top of the third. And that will bring up Mackenzie Walton, who takes that pitch for a ball. She pops this one up foul. So 1-1. So rain is starting to fall. We'll stay as long as the equipment not in jeopardy. And now it's coming down really hard, and that's going to cause us to have to take a break as well. So they're not stopping action, but unfortunately we're going to have to stop audio and try to get some things under cover. You'll have video only for just a few moments. Alright, so we are back after about a 7-8 minute weather delay. A little shower came through. Sent everyone for cover. Also, we had to go silent for things to be able to get under the tent a little bit better. So what you saw but may not have known you were seeing, Avery Lowry reached on a drag bunt single. She has since stolen second and stolen third, so she's 60 feet away. The count is 3-0 to Emerson Yunt. And there are 2 outs now. So you got your scoreboard updated from when we had to go silent on you. And the Lady Chiefs will look to tie this one up. Here in the top of the third. Home plate umpire having a final discussion with the pitcher from Central Hinds. So it was the right decision to pull everybody off the field. It was starting to affect the game, but here we're going right back to action. And the 3-0 called a strike. And Yunt fouls this one off, and we're full. And called strike 3 on one that looked down and out. But nonetheless, that'll do it for the Lady Chiefs in the top of the third inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and there was 1 runner left. So we'll be right back with the bottom of the third right after this. All right, bottom of the third. Lady Chiefs trail 1-0. Another change in the circle. Piper Measer will now head to the circle for the Lady Chiefs. First pitch called strike. So she'll try to keep this game here and give Magnolia Heights a chance in the fourth. And Same as yesterday. A couple of pitches into a pitching change, we're having to go out and make sure the wristband says the same thing. Up and out, ball one. This one hit into foul territory. Coleman gave it a chase. Count 1-2. So after a small delay, we're about set to get back to action here. 1-2 is the count. This one hit into left field. It'll get down and it gets by Lane. It gets all the way to the wall. Rounding second and heading for third. We may have a play at third. We do not. And the misplay in the outfield allows the Lady Cougars to get another runner in scoring position. You hate to see that. A 1-2 count. But pitch was just not where it was called. So unfortunately now, the Chiefs will have to work hard to escape this inning and keep it a 1-0 game. Oh, 1. Called a ball. Really good pitch there. Better pitch there than one he called strike 3 on Yunt just a moment ago. Down and in. 2-1. Sharply to right. It's going to fall in front of Lowry. It'll plate the run, and it'll be a double. They're going to try for 3. They'll have a play at third. Throw hits the runner, and she'll be safe. And the Cougars have put up their second run, and they have their third one 60 feet away at third base. I think she would have been out if the throw had made it to Bree, but it actually hit the runner. That one's low, 1-0. This one's hit to center. Anna Lauren gives chase. Hits off the heel of her glove. And the defensive woes continue for the Lady Chiefs. That will plate the third run. And there's another one standing in scoring position. Still nobody out. Strike one there. This one's up. And the count evens up at 1-1. Sharply down the left field line. I thought the home plate umpire called it foul, but instead he called it fair. And that'll make it 4-0. Still nobody out. This one's hit well into left center field. It will get down. Howell cuts it off. Throw will come to second. They got to play. But the tag doesn't get down in time. And another run has scored to make it 5-0. And that will bring out Coach Turner. And that will bring on some type of change. We're going to step aside and figure out what it is. We'll be right back. The Chiefs are trailing 5-0. All right, Lauren Howell has entered the circle now for the Lady Chiefs. First pitch was a strike, 0-1 the count. And that one is up, 1-1. Still searching for the first out of the third. That one is low, 2-1. 3-1. And ball 4. So we're going to be at first and second with nobody out. And the time limit has gotten us, so even with the delay, we've reached the end. So the Lady Chiefs